Hey!
Okay, are you ready? Are you ready, Twitch? Ready for the top 8.
Preach it.
Okay, so in first place we have Grixis Narset.
Oh my god.
So this is a Burning Inquiry,
Yep.
Grixis, like Burning Inquiry Narset, Orcish Bowmasters, kind of like mid-range. It's a weird deck.
Talk Grixis.
There's a lot of random cards in this deck.
So
that deck is in at first place. Second place we have 4-color Approach. So that's the deck we just had on camera in round 5. It's 4-color Omnath deck playing Approach the second. So.
Yep. Judge did give him an extension because he is burnt to a crisp.
I believe he had to take a phone call, actually.
Yeah.
Third place is it Lutri?
Our boy Joe.
Our boy Joe.
I want to hug that
Blue
man.
Moon Is It deck.
God, it's so good.
In fourth place, you have at the bottom of your screen here, Luke playing
Shield.
Abzan Cauldron Company.
My boy.
So this is an Agatha's Soul Cauldron Heliod Spike Feeder combo
It's
deck.
beautiful.
It is a wild amalgamation of different cards.
Yep.
And very, very excited to see this on camera again. We had it on camera in round 2.
Yep.
Loved every second of it, and we're back for the quarterfinals.
This is our round 1 and round 2.
Opponent is Zacho playing Omnath Beans. So this is a 4-color Elementals deck featuring both Omnath, Fury, and Solitude. Only 3 copies of the Beans.
Yeah, still, you hit him.
But he's playing the Cascade cards.
Can I just point out something? This man's hands are enormous.
Yeah, Zacho is a big dude.
He's a big guy.
Yeah.
I'm just watching him shuffle. I'm like, what are those Yu-Gi-Oh cards?
Big old teddy bear. In 6th place, we have Teamer Rhinos, which is not something that we've had on camera yet today, but it is here. It is in the top 8.
I love to see it.
In 7th place, we have Prison Tron from round 4, I believe it was. The colorless Tron deck. Featuring main deck copies of Chalice of the Void and Ensnaring Bridge.
And islands.
Really,
and Warping Whale.
There is an island.
And Warping Whale.
I believe the island is actually just there so that he can go get a basic.
You got pick a color. We'll figure it out.
And in 8th place, Rakdos Scam. This is Ryan Nichols, who is our back-to-back champion.
Ryan, excellent player.
Has won both of the previous modern tournaments with Rakdos Scam. Well,
Team Trios.
It was last month. It was the Team Trios, or actually that was
2 weeks
this
ago.
Month.
Yeah.
It was a modern seed in Team Trios,
which he did very well with.
But still, taking down back-to-back tournaments with the same deck, making small changes, and really just committing to the archetype. So that is your top 8. And this is your quarterfinals. These players are just drawing up their 7 cards hands. I expect a very, very good match here between these two players.
Luke has sort of an advantage here, in my opinion. He got to take the last 2 rounds off, and he is very experienced with this deck. So it's not like he's coming off of it needing to warm up at all. He's an excellent player coming in cold.
Yep.
He got to take two rounds, rest up, get some nice food. He had I think he had like a tofu.
It looked. I saw lo mein.
Noodle dish, very good.
Yeah, I saw lo mein.
Yeah, I thought it was Thai at first, but no, it was lo mein. I think it was a Chinese dish. Looked delicious. We're just starting here with a pretty stock opening here, just getting a Temple Garden out.
Yeah, players just exchanging land drops.
Exchanging pleasantries, saying hi.
The Cascade deck probably not going to do anything until turn 3 anyway, outside of just playing a
hard casting beans,
playing a beans to draw a card.
I mean, we have plays with Fire Ice. I think that's why they're there, in my opinion. Is like Fire Ice gives you
it gives you something to do on 2
plays.
mana.
Yeah. Not necessarily that you're always doing it, but it does give you options. So this is an Auriok champion.
Yeah, here it is.
How the mighty have fallen. I'm saying this as like this card used to be absurdly expensive, and now is just like.
Did it really?
Yeah,
it was expensive.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Why was Auriok champion expensive?
I don't remember. I just remember
it's like a Soul Sister effect, right?
Correct. Yeah, but it also has other feet. Like, hang on. Auriok champion.
So it is a 2-mana 1/1 with protection from red and black. Okay, scam card.
It's a scam card. Yeah. Anti-scam.
Whenever another creature enters the battlefield, you gain 1 life. So it's a Soul Sister that has protection from red and black. So very good against scam.
It's seen just ups and downs. So if we look back historically, there was times when it peaked at almost $50.
Why would an Auriok champion be $50?
I have no idea, but it's seen runs where it was like 40,
Interesting.
Yeah, it's kind of been. I'm showing like the graph of like the pricing on it, and like now it's dirt cheap because it saw a reprint.
That seems wild to me that the Soul Sister would be that expensive.
It's a utility card. It's very good. And then it got a reprint.
Yes. Here is a Heliod the Sun Crowned.
This is the combo piece. What's interesting to me is this card has a downside, I'm using heavy air quotes there, of not being a creature if you don't meet its 5 devotion.
Yep.
That is not a downside. That's a feature of the card.
Yeah, right. It means your opponent can't solitude it while you're trying to combo.
Yeah, it's indestructible and it's not a creature, so you can't solitude it. You can basically just leyline binding it. That's the only answer. But even then, Luke has redundant copies in the deck, and wasting premium removal on a combo piece kind of feels bad.
Yeah, well, that's another thing is like this Abzan Cauldron deck has so many moving pieces. It's like, where do you even use the removal? Like, what's the biggest threat? Because everything seems so important. You know,
it's true, and Luke is very experienced with creature combo decks. He plays them in basically every format.
He does, yeah. So he just said this is like the combined experience of every modern deck he's ever played in one deck.
Yeah, well, because he has a lot of experience with Yawgmoth. He's got a lot of experience playing creature combos in...
Yeah, the Selesnya company deck.
He plays a company deck.
Yeah.
He plays... His Pioneer deck right now is like a Goblins combo deck, which is very
he's playing
good.
the Red-Black Goblin deck?
Yeah. So,
no, he said that he's playing the Rona Bring to Life.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Retraction Helix.
He tried the Goblins. He did pretty well with it, but he's back on this now.
Yeah, I believe he won the Pioneer tournament 2 weeks ago with Goblins.
Yeah. But it's like creature effects. That
it is right up his alley. Here you see a Shardless Agent cascading into a Beans. That's going to draw a card for Zacho.
And it's gaining life and making the champion bigger.
Head back over to Luke.
Holy crap, I didn't even think about this, but the champion's going to get bigger every time his opponent... And now he has infinite life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think that this is a pretty good matchup for the Cauldron Company deck.
Yeah. There's not a lot of pressure.
Yeah, and I mean, even if he were to have a Solitude here to break this up, Luke still gets to gain infinite life.
He's picking it up.
Yeah. Game 1 is just over just like that. Yeah. Zacho, there's just nothing that he can do but to break up that combo.
No. And all Luke needs to do to end it is draw another piece of the combo. But if all you need to do is stabilize for forever...
Right. Once you have infinite life, the Beans deck, it can't deal with infinite life.
It's so funny.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
All right, these players are going to sideboard, and we will be right back with Game 2. Alrighty, these players are shuffling up for Game 2. Why don't you tell me about what Luke changed?
Okay, so here's something fun. Luke played a similar matchup in round 1 that we had him on coverage. It wasn't Zacho. It was what is his name? The other Beans player.
Okay.
He wanted to see if he sideboarded the same in this as he did in that. So in this game, he sideboarded in 2 copies of Force of Vigor, a Boromir Warden of the Tower, a Shieldred the Apocalypse, and a Haywire Might.
Which sounds very similar to what he did the first time.
That is the literal exact board that he did in the first game.
He made the same changes?
He replicated it without thinking about it. And
Good.
He made almost exactly the same board outs, too. In that game, he boarded out 3 copies of Grist and 2 copies of Auric Champion. This time he boarded out 3 copies of Auric Champion, 2 copies of Grist.
Zacho has taken out 1 copy of Up the Beanstalk in favor of an Inevitable Betrayal.
Inevitable Betrayal.
Inevitable Betrayal.
That's the Cascade.
It's Suspend.
Oh yeah,
it's the suspend
bribery.
Bribery.
Yeah, where you get to search through their deck.
Remember when I made a deck just to cast Bribery in Canadian Highlander?
Dude, Bribery's a great card. It's a max tilt card because you get to search their deck for like a specific combo
piece. He gets to search his deck for Grist.
Yeah. It's a creature.
And cast it.
Yeah. You interesting? Like, do you get the cast trigger on it?
Well,
too?
I believe that maybe he just takes his walking ballista so he can't kill him. I don't know. I think Luke is playing 2 copies of walking ballista.
Yeah, he has redundant copies.
I don't think Zacho has a ton to sideboard here.
Yeah,
but it's a really fun thing that
I just think that's super cool.
He just can do. So
it gives him something he can like suspend early on too. If he has no other plays, he can kind of suspend it and just like let it blow out and like get a good threat, because it's not going to hurt anything.
All right, Luke on a mulligan to 6 here. Zacho's just going to start off with a Windswept Heath, pass over to Luke. Luke's got a Verdant Catacombs. That's going to get cracked and turned into something.
Probably a fetch or a shock.
He's going to cast a Delighted Halfling.
He's pretty happy. He's happy to be here. Oh, no, it's a Utopia Sprawl. Naming black, I suppose.
Nice.
Yeah. This is a good play. I don't know if you know, like, remember this, but there was an aged time in Modern when Arbor Elf and Utopia Sprawl were best friends.
Yeah, you can make 4 mana on turn 2.
Yeah, and you pawns the people into the dirt. This is a pauper deck now, which makes me very happy. Not as powerful, but yeah, I think I do like this choice to have these cards in the deck, because it's just so resilient against Fury. Okay. There's so much. It's so much a different matchup than what we saw with Scam, where in Scam it's like one player trying to not get hit in the face as hard as possible the first 3 turns of the game. In this one, both players are just kind of setting up. Like, there's no urgency necessarily on one or the other side.
Right, which is why I think that it favors Luke. Because Zacho doesn't have a ton that he can do to break up these combos. He has to, like, basically just snowball his advantage and try to capitalize on it before Luke is able to assemble anything. Mm-hmm. Like... it is not what I would call fun and interactive Magic if you're in Zacho's spot. Here's a Teferi the Time Raveler.
It's just... Oh, he's bouncing Utopia
That
Sprawl.
is pretty good.
Does he have a second land? He does. Okay, so he gets to cast this, put the Utopia Sprawl in that. I think he has a Bowmasters in play, and that's going to be able to... Oh, he's putting it on that land.
You can only put Utopia Sprawl on a forest.
That's right. It does have to be a forest.
So that's a huge tempo play from Zacho here.
Extremely good.
Head back his way and he untaps.
Yeah, Zacho being on the play, he just has so much. He was able to ice Luke down too. He iced his land down one turn, and then Teferi.
Oh, that was before. Yeah. So I think Luke actually missed his second land drop.
Yeah, he drew this. Yeah. And so Zacho just being able to like, and oh my god.
Yeah, here's another copy of Ice. Yeah, Zacho just playing a tempo game.
Yeah, well we talked a little bit about like Fire and Ice being in the deck. This is what it's for. It's just to have those 2 mana plays to really get a and like there is not a ton of ways that he has to interact with what Luke is doing. So he has to really push this advantage early on and hopefully be able to cobble something together for the mid game here before Luke can. Yeah, because Luke just needs 2 pieces in play and then he's won. And Zacho is just trying to keep his head above water while he assembles the value and the control necessary to keep Luke from winning out of nowhere.
All right, we got 2 mana here as a Beans. He's going to draw a card.
How much counter magic does Zacho play in his deck? Subtlety.
I don't know, honestly. Yeah. I don't know that there's any.
Oh, okay.
He may have. No, I don't think he has any because they don't play Force of Negation because they have the 4 mana Cascaders as well.
Yeah,
you don't want to play a Bloodbraid Elf and then flip into a Force of Negation. Ugh. So
Delighted Halfling.
Here's a Delighted Halfling, a second copy of Utopia Sprawl on this Temple Garden.
Man, where's a Ghost Quarter when you need it? Am I right?
That would be absolutely disgusting.
Yeah. Just Luke unable to draw a third land here. He will have access to 5 mana on this next turn. If Zach, he's just going to tick up. Yeah, I don't think he needs to tick down necessarily here. He could bounce one of these sprawls back, but I don't think it's doing anything for him now.
If anything, I kind of like rebuying the beans. Mm-hmm. You bounce the beans back to your hand, and then you draw a card.
He already had the beans. He got the beans.
He got the beans.
He got the beans.
Here is a Flooded Strand. And what is it going to be? Does he have a Bloodbraid Elf?
Good question. That'd be sick.
Bloodbraid Elf for the 3rd beans, so that the Fury he casts should destroy the Delighted Halfling draws 3 cards.
Yeah. Ugh. Just, why not? Just Fury, draw 5 cards. Or, a
Leyline Binding?
Yeah, Leyline Binding. Just binding, draw 3, or I guess draw 2, but still, like, you like getting more out of your deck than what you put into it. Oh, I thought he drew his land. Oh, there it is. Horizon Canopy. He's got 6 mana now. What is this, Primeval Titan mana?
Absolutely not.
We don't like Primetime?
He does only need 6 mana to gain infinite life.
That is true. Yeah, if he spends 3 mana on the
Spike Feeder, Heliod.
Heliod, yeah.
That's it. That's infinite life.
Yeah, probably not good enough to play Archangel Athun these days, huh?
I believe they used to play like 1 copy when it was like a Court of Culling kind of deck, but yeah, definitely not needed now. Here is
6 mana.
Here is 6 mana.
Are we doing it?
It's a Ranger.
Ranger Captain. So he's got 6 mana floating. What's happening right now?
He has 3 mana floating. Ranger's going to go. Ranger's going to go find Haywire Might. Okay, so what happened was he needed to have access to certain colors of mana.
Oh.
So he had to tap the one with the Utopia Sprawls on it because of the mana that it's making because of the Utopia Sprawls.
Oh, okay.
So he's
floating
all of this mana so he can get the correct combination of colors to cast whatever spells.
Because Grist is a 1/1.
Yes, you can go get.
Oh my god!
You can get Grist with Ranger Captain.
Yeah, he's gonna tick down. Sack. He needs to sack the. Yep. Kill the Teferi. I don't hate that. And now he has the ability. Now he has this. This Ranger Captain he can sack whenever on a combo turn.
He can silence.
Yeah. And we've got a Fury.
Yep. Zako casting a Fury. That's going to draw 2 cards with these up to Beanstalks.
Going to
come down and take care of both. Looks like Luke is going to sack the Ranger Captain. Here's a Flooded Strand from Zako.
Yeah, smart.
Got a full grip of cards, 7 cards in hand, 3/3 double strike in play. We'll head back over to Luke.
Luke's got a pretty good grip, though. Like, he's got a handful of cards.
Well, he's been struggling with mana for most of this game.
Screwbeard's Flood?
He does have... not when you're drawing 3 cards a turn.
Yeah,
nothing beats drawing 3 cards a turn.
Good old rock. Nothing beats rock. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, not having the lands to play your hand. He did get some amount of utility off of the Grist. It's still trading down.
Here is the Haywire Might. Unfortunately, that's only going to be able to take care of 1 copy of Up the Beanstalk.
I don't know if it's good enough.
No, the Haywire Might looked really good when we saw him on camera before.
Yep.
It's still, the card continues to impress me. He'll gain 2 life here.
I do like it. Okay. So we've got four mana at our disposal. What's the answer then? Do we have a Grist in hand? Do we have... I assume we don't have the combo in hand.
Perhaps he just has a Collected Company.
My eyebrows, they are raised. Because you can Coco into infinite...
Into the combo,
infinite
yes.
life, yeah. Because you can Coco into Heliod and...
Heliod and Spike Feeder is all you need.
Yeah, but I was thinking into the Recruiter or Ranger Captain, and then get the Walking Ballista for your next turn if you want at the end of your opponent's turn. Like,
right, but you can't do that from no board state.
exactly.
Yeah.
Well, you can. Yeah,
Here is a collected company.
You can end of your opponent's turn, Coco, get the Heliod, get Ranger Captain trigger, get your Walking Ballista, go to your turn, cast your Walking Ballista.
Oh, right. You don't need a Spike Feeder in that scenario.
Yeah, you just win.
Sure.
So we have a Teferi. Is he just casting this at sorcery speed? What's happening right now?
I am not sure what happened with the collected company. It looks like it did not resolve, though. Back on Zako's turn, we have Bloodbraid Elf and Fury both getting in the red zone here.
Yeah, that's weird. I'm not sure exactly what happened. One of the Utopia Sprawls is gone?
Teferi bounced to the Utopia Sprawl. I saw that.
Okay. He just needs 6 mana in the combo, and that's it. He can win out of nowhere.
Yeah, unfortunately staring down these... oh, the Coco whiffed.
Oh, it did?
Yeah, chat says the Coco whiffed.
Holy cripes.
We saw Coco whiff in round 2 also.
That is true, yeah. That's wild. There's so many good hits. So we got Ranger Captain. I just don't know that, like, he's going to have to get under... Like, if the Ranger Captain dies, the game's over. Right? He's getting another... Haywire might. Haywire might not make it. Got him. I mean, if anything, it's like it's another blocker to kind of try to get there, right?
Well, Haywire Might is the best answer to the beans.
Yeah, but Zako's already got 2 copies. And he's already... I wonder how much damage is already done. You know what I mean? Ugh.
Sure. Here's a Leyline Binding.
And he's drawing 2 cards off of it. Yeah, like, the damage is done. He gets to...
So, Leyline Binding looks like it's going to take care of the Ranger Captain.
Are we not sacrificing this?
No, I mean, you want the trigger to come back when it comes back, right?
That's fair.
So now Luke can...
Haywire
Luke can
that.
shatter it with a Haywire Might, and it comes back, and he gets to get another card out of his deck, plus block. Solitude here is going to take care of the Haywire Might, though, it looks like. So he'll be forced to activate this in response. So Luke will take a damage, but he'll gain 2 life off the Haywire Might dying. So Leyline Binding is going to go away. Ranger Captain is going to come back. Luke will get a tutor again.
It's so... we've got a walking ballista. I don't know that he has it though. Like
I believe he does not have any other targets to tutor. So if he wants to add a card to his hand, it just has to be the Walking Ballista at this point.
We've got
Here's another copy of
that's
Leyline
it.
Binding.
That was it.
That is going to do it. So these players are going to get to play a game 3, and we will be right back with that in just a few minutes.
Wow. Game 3.
Alrighty.
Quarterfinals.
Off camera. Team of Rhinos is up a game over Is It Lutri.
Yep. Joe fighting it out. Quarters.
Yep.
Just resetting this match here.
Alrighty. Looks like both players are keeping 7. You love to see it. Here's a Verdant Catacombs from Luke, and he'll crack it.
Game 3. Wow. I'm impressed with Zako's ability to pilot this deck quickly. Like, he's a master at playing fast and like accurate Magic. I've obviously been on the Pro Tour before. Very good player.
It's going to be a Utopia Sprawl. So this is something we haven't touched on yet. So when we saw this deck in round 2, I think that playing these Utopia Sprawls in here over redundant Mana Dorks is very heads up. It allows you to not lose to an early Fury out of so many of these decks. And I think it's really what it allows this deck to be able to compete.
Yeah, agreed.
I wouldn't be surprised if Luke said that he had played against Furies in every single round today, because between the 4-color decks, the 5-color decks, the Team of Rhinos decks, even the Living In deck is playing Fury now.
Oh, yeah.
And not to mention Rakdos Scam that is ever prevalent.
Yeah.
Every single deck has Furies in it.
It's true. Like, it's the floor of Fury is amazing. Like, the floor of it is amazing, which is 2 for 1 to deal with a 4 toughness creature or a 4 loyalty planeswalker.
Yeah.
And, like, just no mana spent.
Turn 2, Ranger Captain, gonna go get a Haywire Mite. Back on Zacho's turn, it's gonna be a Beans.
Turn to Beans. So, what are the odds that Luke just deals with the Beans here?
I would say it's pretty
Come on,
likely. Pretty likely. I don't know that Zacho would just,
Run the Beans out.
Well, I don't know that he would just force drawing a card here. Like, for example, if he had Solitude to pitch cast to take care of this Ranger Captain, I don't know that he would just run it out just because this Haywire might exist. Zacho's probably fine with this Beans just going away.
Yeah.
It already replaced itself in his hand.
Take 3. The body on Ranger Captain, not insignificant. It's a 5/5 or 3/3. Like, that's a clock all on its own. Its ability to sack and have a silence effect is sort of like its own benefit.
Yeah, the card it's got a whole lot going on.
It operates really in 3 capacities. The first one is it finds a combo piece or an answer in either Walking Ballista or in
it's a tutor.
Its second is that it can silence your opponent on a combo turn.
Yep.
And the third is that it's a body.
Yeah,
it is
attacks.
a 7-turn clock on its own.
Yep. Luke gonna go find a Godless Shrine with a Windswept Heath, and what's it gonna be?
Like, we have all of our mana now.
An Orcish Bowmasters.
A Bibbly Bowmasters. I mean, what a fool to remove the Beans if he's going to just cast a Bowmaster.
Here is the Bowmaster. So that's gonna come down. I would imagine send a damage to Zacho's face.
Yeah. Probably not going to turn his own creature.
Perhaps we have a Violent Outburst in response here to go get our Beans.
Nope. Just taking a damage.
Just taking a damage.
All right. All that at instant speed. Wow. Luke making these land drops like a champion.
Another land here.
Do we just send?
Of course
5?
we just send.
Take him to 11, make him have it?
We didn't come here to sit around. There is a Steam Vents.
Are we hitting the Leyline Binding now?
This could potentially be a Leyline Binding, excuse me. It could also
should have taken the damage off of that fetch land.
Could also be a Fire Ice. It is a Leyline Binding.
Leyline Binding. Yeah, he's going to take care of that Ranger Captain. Or are we taking?
No, we're taking the Bowmasters, most definitely. So we're gonna draw those cards, free up our Beans.
Should be it. Yep. There we go.
Yeah, we got it worked out. Alrighty.
Now Luke has a lot of mana. Are we just holding up Coco here? We have 5 mana, which is enough to get half of the combo. We could try to Coco into it next turn. Lots of options here.
Yeah, for being a Collected Company deck, we have seen him cast surprisingly little Collected Companies to effect.
Yeah,
the one time that the Collected Company hit, it only got a single copy of Spike Feeder.
It was. I mean, that was good. We don't hate it. So Luke is fetching here, just thinking through all of his options. He looks so calm and collected, but if you've ever played against Luke, he is like, he fidgets a lot behind the camera, which we talked about a little bit.
He has a bouncy leg.
He got a bouncy leg. He plays very quickly and very effectively, though.
Another Ranger Captain.
So we're just getting the Haywire Mite now? Yeah, and now we can Haywire Mite.
That's going to go to Haywire Mites.
This card, wow.
I told you, after we saw him in round 2, Haywire Mite is a good card.
Now he can, whenever he feels like it, deal with
at your leisure.
At your leisure, deal with Leyline of Sanctity, or Leyline Binding.
Here is a Beans.
So Beans, yeah, we're just going to deal it. Now he gets to ping him twice. Comes in, deals 1 damage to Zacho. Deals another damage when he draws off the Beans. Makes a 2/2 body.
Yeah. And,
it's a 3/3. He already has the...
Zacho down to just 10 here.
He'll go to 9 here in a moment. Because he's going to have to draw off of this beans.
I think he is thinking about solituding.
Oh, before the bean draw?
Before the trigger resolves.
Got it. It's rough, man.
Well, you gotta fight it.
Yeah.
Leyline binding gonna go away. You should take care of this Orcish Bowmasters here.
Oh, he gets a trigger anyway. Oh my god.
Well, I mean, you're gonna cast the Solitude no matter what. You
Yeah.
might as well save yourself at least one life.
It's so like that's lethal on board now. That's an inevitable betrayal in hand.
Yeah, he drew it, unfortunately.
Yeah, Luke has lethal on board now. This is it. Zakko needs to have an instant speed response, otherwise he's dead.
Is this lethal? Oh, 369. It is
yeah.
lethal. Holy cow.
Yeah, that was enough.
He's holding, I believe, Omnath, Inevitable Betrayal, Land, and I think another Solitude.
That Solitude's going to have to come down and do something. Otherwise, like, he's going to have to 2-for-1 himself, otherwise die. Yeah, this is lethal. So here. Okay,
oh, it's a Leyline
It's
binding.
a Leyline binding. Okay, so we can deal with probably the token. The token doesn't come back. Just going to draw off that. He's going to Beseiju it before it has a target. How does that work?
No, it still gets exiled, I think. Oh, maybe it doesn't. So if you kill the Leyline Binding before the trigger resolves, the token never goes away.
Never goes
Interesting.
away.
Beseiju, OP.
Yeah, pretty good land.
All right, so Luke is going to take this down, will advance to the semifinals, and his opponent will be waiting for him in just a little bit.
Fight. Be right back.